Okay.
Okay, ready?
Yep.
All right, we're going to do a quick video on how to check to see if your nuke is queen right after installing queens. So this batch of nukes we did last week, put the queens in, waited 4 days to make sure we're not looking at the old queen's eggs, and had 100% acceptance on this pallet. Now we're going to go do the far pallet, which was made exactly 5 days ago, I think, and see how we made out. First thing we do before touching anything is we come around and smoke the entire pallet so it's treated the same and we can work without gloves or a veil on. We waited till the sun was up and they're flying well, and that's a nice time because a lot of the foragers be out. There's less bees to look through on the frame to see what's going on, and we typically won't be looking for the queen. If we see her, that's a good indication that it's queen right, but we want to see eggs. The odd time you'll get a dug queen that we walk around, you see the queen, think it's queen right, but in fact she's not laying. So we'll always check for eggs is the most important thing. Now there's a few tricks for doing this quickly and easily. We can see where the sun is. It came up on that side. Quite often, especially earlier in the spring, this time it doesn't, maybe not quite as much, but early in the spring, it's quite often the queen will start laying on the side of the box that's warmer. So when I check these, because the sun is coming up on that side, I'm always going to start on the far side closer to the sun, and it just saves a bit of time because you can find what you're looking for a lot faster. Now when I pull this lid off, I see a lot of people pull it here and just rip the lid off. If you don't want to get stung and you want to work on the bees nicely, you lift it about here and you give them a sec to not to excite them, right? Because if you lift them up like that quickly, sometimes what you have is a puff of bees up in the air that want to sting you. So we open it slowly, a couple puffs, and then it's ready to be checked. So the nice way to do this is to tilt it to the sun. And what you're looking at is in the bottom of these, the way to find it, to see if there's eggs is, since it's gonna be a new queen, there's gonna be two kind of separate brood nests going on here. What's left over from the old queen and what the new queen is doing. When you're checking it, when you're looking at things like this, these are not queen cells. It's very common, people will call us back and say, oh, there's queen cell in our hive. This is what's considered a queen cup, and it's a cup until there's something in it. And you can see there's nothing in it. They'll build those anytime they're crunched for space. And then if they decide they want to get into swarming, they'll start building those out and laying them. So here I got this to the sun, a nice angle. And I don't see any eggs there. There's an emerging bee. So no eggs there. Flip it over. And then since I have help here, and I don't wear glasses, so it has to be a fairly decent frame of eggs for me to see it. So she's not there, and I didn't see any eggs there. Same thing here. So you can tell that they're the way they're displaying themselves is they seem as though they are queen rate. They're very calm in the comb. There's no high-pitched buzzing. They're not fanning their wings so much. It would appear as if they did accept a queen. And if this was for my own business and I wasn't selling these nukes, I would pull this one frame and be, okay, this is queen right, and put it back. I'm confident enough to know that I'm going to find eggs here. But since it's for sale, we always will take the extra effort and find eggs, which are in the bottom of these cells. There's definitely eggs there, and they're this queen's eggs. So I don't know if you'll ever be able to pick that up, but right there's eggs in the bottom of that cell.
Yep.
So this is queen right. And we'll just check one more frame, even though just for the fun of it. And there's the queen right there. So we have the queen there, and she's already laid up on that frame. So on this frame, I can see right where she's going. This is all full of fresh eggs, and she's at work. So this is a nice nuke ready for sale. This time of year, we tend to make them try to add extra brood to them. So if we check this, we'll see there's brood, honey. We put to the outside of the box, and the brood facing in. That's brood on both sides. John, let's see that one. And this one is brood on both sides. And just hold that for 1 second because we can look at that frame. And whoops, a little bit quick there, but brood there that's hatching out and filled back in. And then brood here that's hatched out from the old queen. So this is not spotty brood pattern. What this looks like is bees that have emerged, and there's a break in the brood cycle because we put a new queen in, and so she's going to come in and you'll see a whole new patch of her work going on with the old queen's work. So see there's bees emerging, so this is all the old queen's work, and that'll get filled in. All right, and you can see we have 4 frames of brood here that have, or 4 frames in this nuke that have brood in various stages, and so this is going to be quite a nice strong nuke and fill it a single within quite quickly because the brood's going to keep hatching and the new queen barely missed a beat and is laying. So on this nuke, what we do is we mark a queen right in the date. The way we do here is it's IQ is introduced queen on the 10th, and then we know when we can check it to see if there's eggs or the queen's out. So good enough.